My name's DJ Christos, for those of you that don't know. Hey man, I've been around forever. Just been really involved in DJing most of my life. First passion, first love. Started playing when I was around 15 and done a lot of albums. And I've got the special album, haven't done an album for a while, and the Magic Sessions Volume 2. That's coming out soon. I didn't give myself the title Godfather of House. I guess just been in the industry for long. Started when the Chicago house movement started, when your first house music started playing out, and I probably was the first to play it and just really break the house music into the country, you know. So yeah, I think somehow I do deserve the title Godfather of a House. You know, at the end of the day, it's always been about a house for me. I found my niche when I was very young, stuck with it, nurtured it, and yeah, you know, your true house music is pretty much what we're still playing today, and it's never changed. You know, don't go too cheesy, don't get off the tracks. Just stay right in the middle, always make sure it's got the beautiful chords, the melodies. Started playing the music eventually sort of late 80s, started getting into production, started with doing some covers. At that time we had an album, a group called Vision, and we started doing covers because at that time we had all the problems with the apartheid. We couldn't release certain tracks, couldn't license them, and we actually started covering them, and then started enjoying getting into the remixing side of things. Eventually formed a company with Oscar and Don Laka called Kalawa, and started belting out the local house music, if you want to call it in that, and that's what we used to call it then. You know, it developed into Kwaito, but I still say it's dance music, and for me it's always been house. Whatever I've produced has been on the house tip, and it's evolved for me. I mean, I've worked with a lot of big artists, I mean, big labels, Ralph Gum, people like Rocco, Frank Roger, and just done some amazing stuff with Monique Bigham, just really big names, you know. The Magic Sessions, and why is the album called Magic Sessions? Funny enough, it started off as a Magic Rhythms, which is the same concept. It was about the music. So it's just really your nice rhythms that are played in the clubs. You know, your songs that you can't find and do have that soul in them. And we evolved it into the Magic Sessions because I started the Magic Sessions, which was sort of club parties, special venues, a massive sound system, good lighting system, and inviting an international guest on each event. I've had Rocco, Ralph Gum, Manu, you name it, Frank Roger, just really been special sessions, Charles Webster, you name it. So it's been all the people that have been an inspiration to me, and all the people that have been willing to collaborate, you know, with the South African movement of house. So they've been special nights, and that's why the album transformed into the Magic Sessions. When we look at 5 years ago, we'd be lucky to have a local song on our compilations because the standard was not there. Today, you could actually just do a local album and that's it. But I still believe in our relationships because we have the world to get out to, even though this album is released more in South Africa, but the singles are going out in the world. And I'm proud to say that there's a lot of new talent. Most of the guys have not released. I don't like using talent that's been around or your big commercial hits. I prefer to use new talent. I think Ree Morris is one of them. And our first single is Deep Inside of You by Ree Morris. And I think it's an amazing track, and he's an amazing vocalist. And, you know, just behind that and on top of that, you know, out of the blue came this remix of Weekend Special that's been kind of hanging around and made its way to the album. And it also makes it, you know, just gives it that edge on the specific album. The nice part about it, the Weekend Special has always been a commercial song. And the challenge for this album was to make it fit in with this Magic Session. So it's got a commercial drum, the vocals are commercial, but then it's got the nice chord and the real wagging bass line, which kind of gives it that deep touch, you know. And it makes this album special, and with all the other musicians that worked on it. A lot of the DJs that have played on the Magic Sessions have played a role in this album, especially Ralph Gum. He actually did a track by 60 Hertz, which is a South African group, youngsters from the age group of 18 to 25. They're a jazz band. It was a jazz track, very down tempo. And he actually did the remix. I was playing it and he said, wow, what is this? You know, it actually started with an Essential I remix, and he says, wow, I really like to license this for Go-Go. Eventually went to remix it, released it, did really well on the downloads charts all over the world, and it was a massive hit. Once again, another South African track, another new artist, somebody that's unknown, and they've got some amazing stuff coming out as well. They eventually did a second track, which is called Tapta Beat. The PTA of the Tapta Beat is Pretoria. So it's a collaboration with some international producers and local producers, and it's got an element of 60 hertz in it. And on the DJing side, also amazing track, of course, the Ree Morris, Deep Inside of Me, the Brenda Fassie remix, the C9 track, which at Jazz remixed, also an amazing track. You know, and it just enhances that whole South African feel, and also the diversity, because a lot of the tracks are just sort of, they're not in the same mold, but they fit on this album so nicely, you know, and they've all got beautiful lyrics, you know, nice chords, and there's a good message, you know, all around on the album. Yeah, I mean, I think it's great to be back with House Africa. I think we just gave it a break, weren't sure which direction to go, and I think 2011 was the year for us to start up a new venture. And I think the great thing is we've got a new partner, which is Sony Music, and it's just been great. They love the music, they support it, and I think it'll be a great partnership. I think there'll be a lot of magic sessions, you know, to come, and there's a lot of other things that we are doing, and we've got some classics, which goes back into the magic sessions, those years, the songs we used to love, also coming out, and but that's for a later time. But right now, you know, I think this relationship is good, it's fruitful, and most importantly, everybody understands and feels the music, and I think that's what the magic session movement is all about, is for you to feel it, understand it, love it, and make it happen. We've got a tour coming up for this album. Pretty much is going all over the country from the middle of October until January. It's pretty much all about the magic sessions. Some of the stuff is specifically, there's a specific tour with House Africa Records, which we're calling the Urban Beat Casa Tour, and that's going all over the country and pretty much taking the Urban Beat, which is our radio show, myself and Vinny's, and really also just belting out the album, a lot of live performances from the album, and just the feel of what it's all about, and just really pushing the movement. And definitely it's going to be another magic session tour, you know, just good music and good people, good fun, and an amazing production once again. Check out all the info on www.houseafrica.com. The House Africa should be with a K. And all the tour dates, everything there, and there's Facebook links from the House Africa page, and you'll get all the information there.